Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back to the Lavender Overhang. Where in the last episode, we spent a lot of time working on this corner. We got in a couple more water tanks. We also came in and started dynamiting down as far as we could to the bottom of the map to expand the reservoir. And we will continue doing that up here as far as we can without impeding on the other areas up here. So that is what we worked on last time, along with getting this completed up here. So we had some more plinkers and another gear workshop. So the other problem we had is right as we ended that episode, we realized we have another Badtide incoming. Now this will be the third Badtide we've had. We had, if I remember correctly, let me look back at my notes here. We had a 17-day or an 18-day, I'm not certain. Then the next one was a 22. So we'll have to see how this one pans out for us, which I can't imagine we'll have another problem with it. We are running a little low on water. We have our beavers set at 18 hours. I'm going to pop them to 20 because I would like to get these guys full. And we are looking at, we don't have any hauler beavers right now because of the pulling all of them to put them into pumps. We do currently have 45 total beavers, so we have 38 adults and 7 kids, and we have 10 jobs open. So we do have quite a few jobs that are not open. It says we have 5 this one. I'm like, why do we have 5? We should only have 4 unconnected buildings, but it's that water pump. So let's just double check priority wise here. Yep, the path one is highlighted for highest priority. So we will go ahead and make sure that gets going. Let's go ahead and hit double time. Yeah, there's that. We have 2.7 days until this starts. And we've got a couple of things. We got to get this full. They are still working on this guy as well. So that will be a good thing if we could get some more of this completed so we could get into getting all of this. And then all of this will be, this here will be obsolete. We won't need that. We can take that out and just move on to this whole shenanigan. All right. So the other thing we need to look at is what does it take for us to get the dirt excavator? Ooh, that is so many materials. 100 gears, 100 treated planks, and 50. It also needs 200 power. Okay, so thought process on this is that we could put this in here and save ourselves the dynamite it takes to do this, but I don't know about that. We also could use the dirt for starting to expand some other things, which would be nice. All right, so let's see here. We're up to 2.1k water, so we're getting a little bit better. I gotta watch our time so that I don't have another issue like we did the last couple where we didn't get things full enough at the end. So that's part of the reason why I always get a little focused on that at the end of the time period, the grace period, I guess you could call it. I am going to make sure, did we set these close above downstream depth of 3.5? Because I do want to try automatic this time around for keeping this upper section filled with our showers and our crop field here. So I do want to try that this time. All right. All of our beavers are going great guns. So we are starting to run out of metal here, so we are going to have to think about getting down into here in the next drought and getting as much of this out as we can so that we have it, and then think about we should probably be looking for the mine, which is also an insane quantity of product. 250 logs, 350 gears, and 200 traded planks. That is just insane. It's an insane quantity of stuff, but we are going to need it because once that's out, we won't be able to get to that most of the time. We can come down here and get this stuff though, so I think that might be our next. We do have scavenger flags already set up down here. All right, so next thing we want to work on, we did have a comment from Greg, I believe it was, who asked if we were going to do any of the larger science buildings. And I'm assuming he meant the observatory, which we definitely could probably handle at this point. The only problem is one, we don't have any place to put it, really. And two, I hadn't really thought about it because it does require 200 power. But I am thinking it is possible that we could not build all of the windmills up here and build an observatory. Definitely possible. As long as we don't block this guy right here, which is linking our power in. But we could always... No, we can't because those are down a level. I was going to say we could always link power in here, but no, we can't because those... I forgot those are down one more level. But we could stick an observatory here without a problem. It would be connected to the gravity batteries and the... Oh, we got 1 day left here. Okay. So we need to start not paying attention. Okay, let's go down to single speed. We need to start working on getting everything full. I am going to go ahead and close that guy. Right? The problem is that we always end up flooding something when we do this. See, exactly like that. 195, will that keep us from flooding? No. Yes. No. Maybe so. All right. If we do that. And then what's this guy at? 4, 5. Okay. So I think what we're going to have to do is I'm going to have to pause, close this guy. See, we're flooding things here. I wish I could figure out the absolute best amount here. All right, we're to 0.8. I need to... That's at 0.95. I need to close these. Closed. All right, and then we also need to, just for the moment, I'm going to close that guy altogether. And of course, it's going to flood everything over there. And can we get this guy closed as well? We're going to flood everything over there too. Ugh. There's such little tiny... Oh no, oh no. There's such little tiny openings to get to this area that it really is a problem. Okay, I'm gonna flunk. Flunk. Oh, no, wrong way. That way. Right? And then this guy all the way up. And then this guy all the way down. Oops. Oops, oops. We flooded all the housing. Okay, there we go. There we go. That, I think did it. We've got 0.5 days. I am gonna, pause. Pause. That does give us a whole bunch of workers who don't have any place to be. And I'm gonna kick that down to there so we don't steal from anybody we actually need. And once again, look at this guy. We just consistently only ever end up with half of the water here, which drives me crazy. Drives me absolutely crazy. I don't know what to do about that. I don't have the correct order of closing the gates down. All right. We also are going to, we're still waiting on these guys back here, which sucks. And we need to decide if we're going to take out some more dam pieces here to lower the height of the Badtide. We're still sitting, like, look in there. We still have Badtide sitting there from the last one. It hasn't completely cleared out yet, which is absolutely crazy to me. That tells you how much. All right, we're at 0.3 days. We should be good. This is already down to its lowest point. So is this. Well, not its lowest point, but as low as it's going to go with the amount of water sources we have in there. I am going to go ahead and kick it into double time. We'll probably go triple time here too, because these episodes have been getting really long with what feels like light on the progress. All right, I am going to go ahead and switch that to auto. So that should close above downstream depth of 3.5 and kind of slowly eke out that water for us into the lower reservoir. So maybe we won't have to turn that on quite as quickly. And then, of course, we'll at some point that will stop because of that being completely down to the lowest level. And there we go. Cross our fingers. What are we going to get? 23 days. Ugh. Ugh. Look at this guy. He's already taken out half a tile. Because that was like overflowing full. Alright, this guy is gonna stop being able to, all of these guys up here are gonna stop being able to pump in a little bit. They'll have nothing left to do. Alright. So let's see here. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, they got those two up and running and full. That is crazy. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. It didn't seem like we had enough time for that, but hey. Very nice. All right, so these guys right here are really doing us no good at all now that we've got this up here up and running in a decent manner. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say we finally can get rid of these. And I'm thinking it would be a good spot for a Lido, maybe? To give our beavers some more happiness. And let's go ahead and just... Alright, and can we pick up all of those resources? Because that's a lot of resources right there. We still have these ones over here that need to be picked up. They should be able to reach all of those. And then we can get rid of that cheese warehouse. And The only one we will still have left is the one that is underneath of this stack of warehouses, which is not going anywhere. There's no way in the world until we get a little further along and we figure out where, you know, even these warehouses up here are not enough to house all of that. I don't believe. 1,200? I mean, if we used all 3 of these, well, 2 of them, something like that. Math is not my strong suit. Don't come at me for it. Okay. So this guy is going great gonzo. Up here, once again, we've gotten our... We have half of that full. This guy's still going. It amazes me how long that guy can still pump. This one's a little bit lower. I think because we already had a pretty high concentration inside of there. I think we need to focus on getting this guy up and running. And then I also would like to look into creating a trench to fill this without us having to do it. So. Alright. They did get most of those filled too. I mean, we are up to 3K water. I guess I didn't check to see. We have 45 beavers. And let's see. Oh yeah, that worked out pretty well. I saw that. I saw it. They're very slowly picking up the logs. Do we have full log storage? No. What was I doing? I think we need to make that a little bit less. 2.5 maybe? Otherwise, we're going to run through a tile of water pretty quickly if we're just willy-nilly in it down into the bottom here. We can always turn on the fluid dumps. Alright. We still are running a little light on science workers. We're going to have to start building up our beaver village here. And we can fit another house there. Do we want to do... If we do the big one, we're going to have to create a stair up to it. We could take out that one, put in a ladder, and put in some platforms. That would work. That would give us another 9 beavers. It's kind of a little more than I like to do, but already I was trying to figure out how much water we needed, doesn't I? Feel very scatterbrained today for some odd reason. I don't know why. It's very early at my house. Okay, so 45 beavers. Let's see. My chart doesn't even run up that high. I need to make a bigger chart. Let's see. 15 days is 25 plus... We need like 28K water. I mean, 2,800 water, not 28K. So we should be fine. Water-wise, we're more than fine food-wise. I mean, we can't even keep that up there. I would like to remove these. Make them go elsewhere. We don't even have a berry patch anymore, so that might be something we need to look into. Reinstalling some berries just for berries' sake. Since some beavers do like to eat them, and they do eat them very slowly. I mean, we do... This one down here was full at one point, and they've slowly eaten that one away. All right, so if we're going to think about an observatory, which is not an insane amount of stuff, 80 planks. We have all the stuff for it. We need to think about where we're going to put it. That would be the... Let's see here. If we... We just back these off a little bit. And then put it... Is it because... Yeah, I think it's because it's still too close to that. Could we change the path? Doesn't need to be a 2. Could be a 3. It could be a 2. Yes, we want to unlock that, and then we will need 1 power shaft. Louise! Wait, is that a spot that a power shaft can go in? I didn't even see. I wasn't even paying attention. Yes, it will. Okay, cool. All right, thank you, Greg, for that particular suggestion. Because my knee jerk was that no, we don't have the stuff to do that. I know that sounds silly, but oops. I guess we're gonna have to honestly, we're just gonna have to leave it for right now. I do want to get this whole little complex done though, so I'm going to take that back to that, so that we can do that. I would like to figure out how we could expand the wind over here, but that's gonna mean this metal needs to come out of there. All right, then looking over here, we're probably gonna want another tier of warehouses, things over here as well. How are we doing power-wise? 1846 or 1867. Good Lord. Gosh, I can't read today. And we're using about 1,000. It's not a great amount of power, actually. Not a great amount of power at all. But I think it's okay for right now. We may need to expand the wind power by quite a bit. I almost think we could get another, like if we get to the top of our tower here, we could get another power shaft in there. I wish... I'm thinking about the new tunnels. Where are they? I thought they were in paths. They're there? Oh, there they are. The new tunnels, which we can't get yet because we need extract, do bring in a really good thought that we could like create some tunnels underneath here and add to our power situation underneath of here. So that is one thing to think about. Because this is really deep right here. A lot of space. In this back corner of the map. I think they were thinking that you would come and put your dirt excavator over in this corner. Alrighty. Carrying on. We are at day 18.5 left in this Badtide, and we are already down by a tile and a half over here in the water reservoir. And that's been keeping us pretty even keel at 3K, which is just great. You are now getting nothing done. You are somehow still getting something done. I would like this big water pump here accessible and done by the end of this period, so we also need to deal with that. And Blaine did have a really good suggestion on us coming across over here where we're going to put the contamination barriers to make our path instead of coming across here, and then we'd regain a couple of tiles for our farm. So we will do that when we get to that. I did not forget that. I did not forget that. I don't think we quite need this many medium water tanks right here. Seems like that is going to be an area that we end up abandoning for water production, but we may still end up putting leaving that pump there. I don't know. All right, next up, we do have a lot of metal down here. Do we have anyone working on these? No, because we have them super low priority. We don't have any extra beavers at the moment. We're holding pretty steady with 37 adults. Did it get most of this picked up? No storage space for planks. Okay. Don't we have plank storage in the stack here? It is full. Oh, these ones are not set for water. Okay. Alrighty then. Do we have our storage for scrap over there? Is not anywhere close to full. So we could, let's just quick throw that to planks right now so that they'll pick up the last of that stuff. I would like to get rid of some of these things because we are going to need this space up here, I think, for, what do you call it? The Agora. Although, I was thinking, I know, I shouldn't think, right? That it would be possible for us to overhang and put dirt over in here. And put the Agora over in the middle here, I think. But we'll have to see. This guy only has about a half a tile left. Before it won't be able to release anymore. So I think we might just kick that down just a touch more. Over here is empty, so we are going to need to start doing a little pumping there. All right. We do have a path up to there, correct? Yes, we do. Honestly, this is going to be kind of a long-term thing because we can't do anything until all these windmills get hooked in because that's where our power is connected. I suppose we could do a power snatch over to here, but that would cut off our ability to get the rest of that built. Okay, I would like to try starting to clean up some of this stuff down here, some of these uneven steps, so that we can fit in some more housing down here. And I think that's just going to be a matter of finding the best spot to put in some stairs and clear them off and get some dynamite laid and that sort of thing. So let's start with the stair right there. Actually, let's not do a stair. I know I'm doing it again. Say one thing and then be like, no, I don't think I want to do that. Let's do that. That'll make life easier. And then we can start saying we want all these little things to go. I get all of them. It's like such a weird and wonky little path over here. But hey, we have so much slated for building 2 that it is making it a little difficult for the beavers to, like, you know, focus. Because they keep coming back to things that I laid down like a long time ago. So I'm kind of wondering if we don't need to do a little bit of a time lapse so that we can kind of get through some of this stuff. Like this. Maybe we do a time lapse on this and just prioritize this. Do we have all the materials for it is the operative question. Because that's a lot of stuff right there. I'm also trying to decide, do we want to do another layer of windmills on this? Because we could get away with it if we put some platforms back here. Some overhangs. And do another tower of them. If that's the case, we should have put another row of warehouses on there. Maybe we just do them right here. I don't know. I need to think about that. I need to think about a lot of things, don't I? Alrighty. So we are finally keeping up on the planks, I believe. Gear warehouse is full. Metal blocks are full. So we really need our... finish up our storage here. We need more metal block storage. Alright, so maybe we think about a couple of underground storages here. Let's see here. Oh, I forgot. This is the bobbing around too high storage. I really kind of don't want to put that in quite yet. I'm afraid that that might not get updated right away. 1,000 science. Oh wait, no, let's not do that. We just used a whole bunch of science to... That does mean that we can't fit in our... I need to think about that as well. Let's take this storage thing off. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, hey, it's done. Very good, very nice. And this guy is still pumping. Production is at 83%. I'm gonna pause that one and turn on this one. Let's see if we can't pull a considerable amount of water out of there with 3 of them. Oh, our poor beavers. Let's take them back down to 18 hours. We have lost a few of our adults. So that is a little bit of a problem. We don't have any haulers again. Oy vey. How is this coming? They have actually... We got, what, a tile and a quarter left there? Yeah. Tile and a quarter there. But we are holding steady at 3K water right now. I need some haulers though. I almost feel like we need a second hauling post, one that we just keep with one beaver all of the time. And then a second one for all the extras that we invariably end up having. Right at the moment though, we've got no extras, which is going to be a problem when it comes time for us to start with all of the water pumps again. So I think it's time for us to expand the beavers a little bit. We do have 3 builders running around. We can get rid of this. Yes and yes. And let's get that stuff picked up. They still haven't picked up all of this stuff either. Or all of this. Which is crazy. That's a lot of stuff. We want that stuff. Or this stuff. Or this stuff. That stuff they can't reach, so I won't worry about that. Alright, and then we said we were going to put in a Lido. And see if we can't make our beavers a little bit happier. We could fit in a second if we took out the fluid dump and that path. But I think for right now, 1 is all right. We don't technically need that path anymore. And this is about to go... We got a quarter of a tile left. That's about to go dry. We need to get... Any of these lumberjacks, yeah, they can reach there. I need those trees, and we need to lay the next round of dynamite here. All right. Okay, very good, very nice. They're starting to fill that. It's very slow though, it looks like. 0 production. They have pumped out all of the good water in there. Okay. That's fine. We'll find something else to do. Alright, so I was thinking about the next tier on these guys, which means we will need another uptick, or we could just build it over here. Where do we want to build it? If we build it over here, what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We don't have a 7. 6 is the longest we have. So how did we have this figured out on the last tier? Spin that around there. Six, we could use 2 3s. That would make a nice arch too. If we put that there. And then we've got a 3. How many? Oh, we have to go 3 tall. So not that. We need a 2 here. We need a single here. And then we can do a 3. Oh, wait. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I was doing it correctly. We needed a single here. Then our 2... we need a... Nope, come on. There we go. And then... this one needs a... 5. Let's see here. Power shaft would have to come up. I'm wondering where Badtide is here. I'm not 100% certain. Alrighty. Whoa, we don't even have any injured beavers at the moment. That's pretty strange. We're up to 3.1k water. It's not even giving me a depletion time. There we go. And then it was... Zoop. Bing, bang, boom. All right. Very good, very nice. Man, I wish we had the long, skinny warehouse. I'd stick one in there. Totally stick one in there. All right, so we could do something similar over here. If we do a double, right? Nope, I think we need a triple. No, that is not what I was asking for. No. No, 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 no. I want these. So if we put a triple back here. And then this one needs to be power shafts. Right? No, maybe we need to do our power shafts on the front because we're going to run into a problem here. We don't need that corner right there. Can power shafts and solid power shafts connect? Other buildings can be built on top of it. Huh. Huh. I'm assuming that's this whole KG thing does that. I didn't realize that you could actually, I mean, I did realize you could build on top of it because you can connect upwards, but I didn't, I wonder if you can connect them sideways and then build on top of them. Because that would have like made it so that we could have used a little bit more space in there. Not a big deal, but. All right, those are that. So if we did like, no, we need the 6s so that we can have our path. 3K. Because we need one more for the path if we're going to use this for the deep ones. All right. So over here... Oh, look, they started. Or did we already have that one done? Oh my gosh. All right, we are 45 minutes into this episode, so we might have to do a cliffhanger on this stuff. We are back up to 45 beavers, 40 adults, so we're finally getting the, we have an extra beaver. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Wait, do we have beavers in all of these? We do. I didn't really mean for that to happen. We could have used those beavers over elsewhere. Did we pump out all of our water? We did. Alrighty. Send those guys off to do something important as well. Let's go ahead and throw them into there then. Did that just pull these? Yeah, it did. We got a couple of guys still down there. That's fine. Get some hauling done. All right, so we're at 10.5 days. We currently have about half of our water storage, a little over half of our water storage filled. We seem to, oh, we're done with water over here, which means that we need to turn on this guy. Because we are now empty of where we actually can release. So we're going to go ahead and switch this back to open so that we don't forget and have an issue at the end where we don't get water coming through. 2.9, it says we have 38 days of water storage, but that's without taking into consideration these guys. You know what? And I bet our potato field up here needs water as well. Didn't even think about that. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and kick us to 3 times. I thought we were in that. Maybe I hit the button by accident again, which is always a possibility with me. Let's see here. Dynamite storage is full, so we need some more storage for that. I think that's going to end up being one of these smaller warehouses here on the end. Where I can't see. Oops, wrong button. I still can't see. Did we have one lower? No, that's the pile. Explosives. How are we running for power? 1300? All right. So we'll need to, once we get to the point where this is all coming through there, we get all that built. Not the prettiest looking thing. I suppose that, you know, if I figured that out a little bit. Hey, look, the first one of these is done. Slowly but surely we will get there. I also should probably just put these at regular priority too, because they're almost done. We didn't for a little while because they were taking up a lot of materials we needed for all of the water pumps. And we need to decide if we want to change this to a big water pump. I don't think it's a good idea, partially because one, we won't have any depth there. But two, I think we probably could come up with a better a better thing there. This guy is full, so I'm going to pause him. Don't need him running around over there. How are we doing on logs? Are almost full. Yep. Okay, I'm thinking we could probably, with some judicious use of platforms, do some log storage like over this and create a log storage tower. If we use some overhangs across here. Now what is that? 1, 2, 3. 3? We got a tree in the way right there. We need to figure out something for lumber storage. My thought process, we'd eventually block this over and put it on top of there. But at the moment, we are still working on dynamite there, so we don't have the option to do that. 6.6 days left, and we've gotten very dry down here. But that's all right. We still have 2K water. I do want them to build this, though. I think our beavers need a little fun time. And I'm also thinking maybe let's put in one of those, which means I didn't need to take up that whole path. And let's also, where's the decor? Let's do a bush, and maybe a lantern. There we go. And then for the heck of it, $80? Sure, why not? Put in a couple of benches right there. Very good, very nice. I don't know why he went all the way around like that. He could have gone that way too. All right. So let's pop priority on this stuff. I know, not really super necessary, but let's, just for fun of it. No good selected. Oh, we got 2 of them done. All right, so what are we going to put in these ones? These ones are big. They're the big ones. So maybe, what do we have that we can store in those? Maybe we turn one of them into pine resin? Do we really want that much pine resin, though? Do we want to turn one of them into berries? That would get rid of most of our berries from elsewhere, so that we could start consolidating the berry storage. Supply, and supply. Okay. And we should have thought about coming up here and taking out some of these guys. Those are empty. I'm going to pause. No, that is not what I wanted to do. Pause. I wanted to pause, not destroy. All right. We have 3.4 days left. We have an injured beaver. No good selected on something. What is that? That guy. I think we are going to... What do we want to put in that one? I'm not 100% certain. All right, we didn't get... We're going to go ahead and destroy this. We are going to go ahead and put in our contamination barriers. All right. Let's see here. We're gonna have to... We're gonna have to take those two out, I think. Then we can go... like that. And we can go... like that. Because we don't have any real use for that particular little space right there. I wish we could have moved that over one and just put this guy over one, but it's okay. It's all right. I am going to go ahead and secondary all of this. But I think we need to take these two out so that we can put in levees and complete the corner here. So let's go ahead and put in because I don't think that will do the trick. Let's go ahead and do that. And we will secondary priority those as well. Let them get all of that in. We will take that across there. Very good, very nice. I'm tempted to take these paths out altogether, but I think that that would decrease the amount of space that that guy could reach and this guy could reach. But I'm not 100% certain on that, so don't quote me. All right, so we are at almost the 1 hour mark, and we are about to go into happy time. It will just take a second for... Oops, wrong button. I wanted the watercolor. When we get through that, we will go ahead. We will get everyone back to pumping. There it is. I'm going to click pause for a second. I want to go ahead and, you know what, actually, I don't need to hit pause, but I'm going to take it down to 2. We're going to undo that one. We're going to undo that one. This one, and this one. We do have that closed. That's closed. And that is closed. And water-wise, we are going to run into the same problem here. That we've got this little section of bad water hung up there and bad water hung up here that we're going to need to flush. I think, can we... Don't flood. Can I backwash it? Almost. It almost did the trick. Shall we try it one more time? There we go. I think that's enough to not have poisoned everyone. That one just stays the same way. This guy, can we... Oops. Oops, oops, oops. Not exactly what I meant, but hey. Alright, let's go ahead and get these guys open. That is open. Oh, wait, no, close. Close. I forgot we need to flush. That was almost bad. Because look at all that bad water. Let's get that flushed through. Okay, cool. Now we can open. This can be opened. These can be opened. Oh, pause, because I didn't get anything down here opened. This one came to 0.45, I think. And this guy was at, I'll put it at 0.8. That one at 0.8. Okay. Let's put it back on there. That's at 0.9. That's at 0.95. Very good, very nice. Okay, we ended that with quite a bit of water too, so we're doing better. We're doing a lot better. We do need to... Whoa, what the heck? Why did we flood? That was crazy. Those are open. Oh my gosh. Just gonna have to let it surge. Those are completely open, right? Yep. That guy's already almost filled up his water tank. And we're back to no haulers. Alright, we at least need one hauler. Someone to run all the water around. So we're gonna have to... Ah, they got those done. We're gonna have to start a second hauling post. If we have two hauling posts, we can have one that's for all the backup people when we kick them all out of the pumps, and one that is just for everyday haulers. Because we can't go with no haulers at all. That's dynamite. Well, that one doesn't have a... They built it, but it doesn't have a door yet. Let's tell that guy it's gonna be gears. Wait, did we make that one? No, we made that one berries. I don't know what those two are going to be yet. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What is going on here? Why are we flooding? I don't understand. Why are we flooding? I'm going to just drop that. Just a touch more. Just make sure that doesn't happen anymore. All right. I think we're going to leave it there for today, everybody. It feels like we didn't accomplish a lot, but we actually did. We finished up some more of the water storage here. We've gotten some more of this done. 2 more gravity batteries are complete. We got all that storage done. We figured out where we can insert an observatory and make our beavers get us more science more quickly. And then we planned out 2 more tiers on our industrial area with the platforms for the smaller things on this side and eventual platforms over top of these guys. We are really getting a lot of metal in from the lower area down here. They are starting to get this cleared out. Once this is all clear, I'd like to move this whole dam section down to the end, and then we have the possibility of yet another water pump down here, because I think this is probably our best bet for all of our major water pumping. They are slowly but surely working on this area here. And we did get like most of this over here complete, except for the area where we need these dynamite done to put in, that's not what I wanted to do, to put in a couple of levees in order to make this secure from the Badtide creep. So if we can get that done, we also need to get these trees over here cut so that we can put in more contamination barriers along here. So we need here, 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 and here. And then we'll be able to complete the Badtide barrier around here. And that will make our trees much, much more secure during the next cycle. It is day 3 and we didn't get a warning. All right, so that is where I am going to leave it for today, everyone. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I know it feels like we're very slow, and we kind of are. That's just kind of my playthrough style. I hope you're enjoying that, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day and a very good weekend. Bye.